Alright, what's up guys, it's Spiderwolf for another JJKPhantomparade video. So today we're going to be going over Naobito Zen, and if you should summon for him or not. Before I get started though, I would greatly appreciate it because you could drop me a like, comment, subscribe, would really help me out trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year, bro. That being said, let's get right into this. So, got a brand new character, brand new recollection event, and a brand new event. To keep things simple, no, you should not be summoning for Naobito. There's no point to really be summoning for Naobito at the moment. If I'm being honest with you guys, like, if you guys have been keeping up with JP, brand new Naobito sounds like he's the best unit in the game, basically. Well, basically the best character out of so far from the actual JP anniversary, which has been like a ton of units, which is a little bit funny. But like, that Naobito is the one you want to go for, not somebody like Naobito Zen. But we'll take a look at him regardless. Of course, with him, you know, brand new event. It's going to be a lottery event. We get one free multi and a brand new recollection event, which I'll be going over. But, you know, the character himself, yeah, probably not worth it. Now, if we go into the tier list here, as we can see, he's A tier, so not bad. Probably would be pretty good about a year ago. But yeah, as you can see, he's not like, guys, it's just an easy answer. The answer is you do your free multi, you get him, cool, you don't. No worries, doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. But like I said, let's see what the heck this guy actually does. And that's not the character, that's the recollection bit. Hold up, what the heck did I not? Okay, apparently I didn't pull up the character. Let me go ahead and do that right now, actually. Alright, Naobito Zen. Alrighty, so this guy, you know, of course, is not limited, so that's also another reason why you should not be summoning for him. But he does have a mix of physical and jutsu, leaning more towards jujutsu. His skill 1 here, fastest strike at level 1. You increase your jutsu stat by 30% for 1 turn 1 time, and then you apply the projection sorcery state. Then you deal 24.9 physical and 49 point jujutsu. Mix the melee damage to one enemy. So basically you got Jujutsu buff, and then you get like this mixed damage here and this state. And then level 10, you're now doing 50% physical and 100% Jujutsu mixed damage, which, I mean, I guess that's okay, nothing that crazy. Skill 2, crush you with speed, 15 curse energy at level 1, increases own break damage by 50% for 1 turn 1 time. Each projection sorcery state increases an additional effect by 50%, up to 300 with 5 states, same thing. And then you deal 44.2% physical and 88.4 jutsu mixed melee damage to one enemy for 2 hits. You have a chance of evading with projection sorcery, 20% for 5 turns. And then override turn count if you're reusing it. You also fill your own ultimate gauge by 100 if the selected enemy is in break state or you break the enemy, which, I mean, I guess it's not too bad. Level 10 here, you now deal 80 physical damage and 160 jutsu mixed damage, and then that's pretty much it. So basically you just get a bit more damage, which, I mean, I guess that's fine. Skill 3 here, projection sorcery, level 1, costs 25 curse energy. You increase your own jutsu stat by 30% for 1 turn 1 time. You apply projection sorcery state. You increase own break damage by 25% for 1 turn 1 time. Each projection sorcery state increases additional effect by 25, this time up to 150% instead of 300 with 5 stacks here. And then you increase the selected enemy's break damage received by 50% one time. Then you deal 64.2% physical damage and 124 jutsu mixed melee damage to one enemy. You also inflict disruption special to the selected enemy for 3 turns 1 or 5 times at a 90% chance, so basically guaranteed. You also give yourself a counter state for 3 turns, 2 times. You can only counter 2 times, but it does less for 3 turns. You also fill your own ultimate skill gauge by 150 if the selected enemy is broken or if they're in a break state. And then at level 10, and you were now dealing 100 physical and 250 jutsu, and then that's pretty much it. So basically, the only thing you're really getting out of his skills for leveling him up is just more damage, which I guess is fine, but that's basically about it. All the other statuses and whatnot are the same, so just something to keep in mind. But yeah, nothing too crazy of an upgrade in my opinion, other than just more damage. For the ultimate here, fastest jutsu sorcerer, which I think is a lie because I feel like Sukata's probably faster. You increase your own jutsu stat by 50% for 1 turn 1 time. You apply projection sorcery state. Increase own break damage by 50% for 1 turn 1 time. Each projection sorcery state increases an additional effect by 50% up to 300% with 5 stacks. You deal 49.8 physical and 149 jutsu mixed melee damage to one enemy for 2 hits. You increase the selected enemy's break damage received by 150% one time. Then you deal an additional 72.1 physical and 295.6 jutsu melee physical damage or melee mixed damage to one enemy. You also inflict disruption. Basically, you do everything that he does with his skills, all in the ultimate. Basically, is what it sounds like here. Because you also apply disruption here, the special one, 3 turns, 5 times. You also decrease the selected enemy's ultimate count by 1. That's kind of good. Okay. You have a chance of evading, 20% chance at 5 turns. Then you override it if you're reusing it, and you also give yourself counter. So yeah, his ultimate is basically, what if I just did skill 3, skill 2, and skill 1 all together basically at the same time? That's basically what the ultimate is. And then level 10, basically you're just getting more damage. So now you're dealing 100 and 300, and then an additional 100 physical and 410 jutsu. So basically the same thing. It's just, hey, let's just do skill 1, 2, 3, but in the ultimate. So that's kind of boring, but I mean, I guess it's not too bad. His combo effect here, you deal 64 physical and 120 jutsu mixed damage to one enemy. You increase his and the allies' damage dealt by 22.2% for 2 turns. And then you fill everybody else's ultimate gauge by 110, the usual stuff. But yeah, nothing too crazy. It does have 3 auto skills here. Projection sorcery counter, so projection sorcery is a counter. When you receive a melee attack in the counter state, 1 time per turn. You increase your own jutsu stat by 30% for 1 turn 1 time. You apply projection sorcery state. Apply during projection state. You increase your own break damage by 150% for 1 turn 1 time. Deal 30% physical and 120 Jujutsu melee mixed damage to the counter enemy. Then you increase the counter enemy's damage received by 15% for 2 turns 1 time, only for blue characters, or only for blue attacks, but basically blue characters. And then you also increase all blue allies' physical and jutsu stat by 15% for 2 turns, which is very low buff there. You are too slow. If Cell is receiving chance to evade projection sorcery at the start of a turn, projection sorcery state goes up by 1 up to 5. Pursuit state, increase own damage dealt by 50% and you increase your own break damage by 100%, so that's not too bad. If Self is in pursuit state when all allies' actions are performed within a turn, you deal 60% physical and 90% jutsu mixed melee damage to select the enemy, ignore enemy's counter. That's pretty good, okay. So you can just say, hey, fuck their counter, I'm gonna blast right through that, even if the multipliers are pretty low. You increase the counter enemy's damage received by 15% for 2 turns 1 time. So basically the same thing as the previous one, but just like an upgraded version for the most part. And then finally, Secret Art, Falling Blossom Emotion. If enemy is using domain and own curse energy is 10 or more, you grant Falling Blossom Emotion state to self. You consume 10 curse energy. You decrease your own damage received by 40%, which is quite a decent amount. It also works against damage received and certain DOTs from domain expansions. And then a Falling Blossom Emotion state will end when a domain expansion is over. Most likely from the enemy, but I'm guessing, yeah, it says specifically from if an enemy is using domain and if your curse energy is 10 or more. So, decent, I guess, passive. Yeah, nothing here is crazy, I'll be honest, guys. Like, this stuff is like very low numbers compared to other characters where like the numbers are like way higher. You're not really getting any benefits out of this guy. His skills are okay, they're pretty mediocre for damage. His ultimate is just skill 1 through 3, but on repeat and all at the same time. Yeah, overall, he does have some interesting stuff here, like the being able to go through counters, which I guess is cool. And he does give like a minor buff to only blue allies, but yeah, that's basically all he really has going for him. And I guess the counters are cool, but overall, just not really that great of a character. Kind of like how he was in the anime, not that great, but he was kind of cool for like a little bit, I guess. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at the recollection bit. So, this one should be the one from the actual event, the free-to-play one, the one you can get a max loop as a free-to-play player. So let's go ahead and take a look at what it does. So it's 50-50, physical and jutsu, So then the first thing here, when you use anything, skill or ultimate, you recover your own cursed energy by 5. 3 dupes, that becomes 10. And then the extra passive you get unlocked at 1 dupe is at the start of battle, you grant yourself stun immunity to self for 1 time. That's not too bad, I guess. If you need to like just have like that stun immunity for like if there's any fight where you get hit with that immediately, but at the same time, you might as well just run like a better recollection bit or something, to be honest. In my opinion, I think that'd just be like way better. But yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, it's just not that great. I mean, the immunity's cool, but that's kind of it. I wouldn't even really bother using this though, to be honest. And then the other one here, the one from the actual banner itself, from Naobito's banner, let's go ahead and take a look at what it does. So same thing, 50-50 for physical and jutsu, technically 41-41, but let's take a look at what it does. So when you do a command skill, so basically any skills but not an ultimate, you increase your own physical and jutsu stat by 30% for 3 turns at a 7-turn cooldown. 1 dupe, when you deal when dealing HP damage to the enemy, not sure what that means. I don't know if that means like when you deal damage, your own HP gets reduced, or I'm not too sure what they exactly mean by when dealing HP damage to the enemy. You increase your own damage dealt by 5%, 4 turns 1 time per turn. 4 turns 1 time per turn, okay. And then, so basically just you get a 5% damage dealt for 4 turns, but it basically only counts for one time. So if you use it, even though there's 4 more turns, it's going to go away. And then if you do HP damage to the enemy within the same turn, you increase your own damage dealt by 12%, 2 turns 1 time per turn. You'll recover your own cursed energy by 10, 1 time per turn, and then percent HP damage / DOT excluded. Huh. Yeah, I don't know what they mean by HP damage. Yeah, I'm not too sure what HP damage exactly is. I'm guessing maybe it's like a different like attack or something, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of confused on what HP damage is. Unless it's supposed to be like mixed damage, but it would say that, right? I guess you have to look in the actual like, because I mean the banner is already live by the time this video already gets uploaded, but I'm not too sure what it means. But I mean, regardless, even if like I don't really know what HP damage is, just going off what the rest of it does, it's not really that crazy. And then at 3 dupes, you do get 35% physical and jutsu damage buff for 3 turns. Also not that crazy. 3 turns is cool, but like 35% is such a low multiplier, I don't think it's even worth it. So basically, in short, very easy skip banner. No point in summoning for this old fucker. If you get it, cool, I guess, you have it. Or if you get him, cool, another brand new unit. But overall, nothing really valuable from this overall event other than just, hey, free cubes and another time to save, right? More time to save for the actual big crazy banners that are going to be coming out probably soon for global. If I were to rate this on the tier list though, because I don't think it's added here, I would probably easily put both B or lower tier. I wouldn't even bother putting an A tier for either one. This one is like a support one, I guess. It would be like utility support one. I would put it like at least A tier, because at least stun immunity for 1 turn. I guess it's cool at the beginning of the battle if you need it. This one from the actual banner itself is like a B tier mixed damage one or whatever type tier. It's like, or combined, it's like B C tier. Like, it's not that crazy, it's kind of whatever. It's just not good enough is my opinion. I don't think it's just good enough. I mean, recovering your own cursed energy being included in there is kind of cool, but I think overall it's just not worth it. I don't think it's that good. One thing I wanted to talk about though before I do end the video here real quick is looking at the timeline here, just because, you know, what do we have left before the big banners drop, right? Like now we already had Megumi a while ago, now we're getting Naobito, so that's all done for August content. July, already have all July content, so this is already done. So now we're up to September. We don't have Megumi yet. Good chance Megumi maybe next week, as well as Jogo. So I think what maybe will happen is for the next week or two, we're just going to be getting probably like Megumi, Jogo, and or maybe Kusakabe, depending on how they do things. Or maybe they'll push back, or who knows, maybe they'll do Kusakabe and then maybe they'll do Megumi. I'm not too sure, but for sure we're gonna probably get 2 of these banners, I'd imagine. Maybe 3, maybe all 3 of these guys, but I think it's probably gonna be the 2. because we already have all the Jujutsu stuff, right? So we already got all of the October content here, and then we already have the November what is it, Phantom Parade, end of the year, login bonus, whatever. We already have that. All the JJK Zero content is already out, so it's pretty much as simple as yeah, it's literally as simple as we just have 3 character banners left, which are just Megumi, Jogo, and Kusakabe. So 3 character banners left, and then full anniversary content basically. Oh, and yeah, that's the same thing. Yeah, anniversary content. So yeah, so 3 more banners, and then JP anniversary content. So bare minimum, it's gonna be about 3 weeks until we get anniversary content. But you know, as how Global likes to do things, they do like to kind of jump banners ahead of time. So there's a chance that maybe it might be 2 weeks of 2 units that we're missing. So maybe like Megumi Kusakabe, or because I feel like Kusakabe is probably going to come out and then Megumi, or maybe they'll save Kusakabe till the very end of anniversary to like have like another like high tier character to pull for. That could be a thing too. Or heck, who knows? Maybe Kusakabe will be first, then maybe Megumi, and then Jogo, and then, you know, something, I don't know. But there's gonna definitely be a combination between those 2 to 3 characters before we do get JP anniversary content. As far as anniversary content goes, it's probably gonna be the same thing as it usually has been for the most part, where they don't really mess with the unit placements of like who comes out before who. So usually it's more so they mess when the timing and when the actual event happens, but they never really mess with like because you know how it's like an example would be like for the hidden inventory collab part 1 or whatever, right? It was Teen Gojo, then Megumi, and then Toji, right? And then it was the same thing for Global, right? They kind of kept it in the same way. So most likely for, you know, for Global, it's going to still be the same thing for anniversary. So where it's going to be, we get Itadori, we get Todo first, then the week or 2 after we get Sukuna V2 with the Phoenix Arrow or whatever, then Mahito would be right after, and then, you know, then we're caught up with JP at that point, right? So yeah, but overall, as you guys do know, I'm sure, or if you guys are not aware of, out of all the anniversary characters currently available and summonable on the game, which I think there might be 1 or 2 more that might show in. Number 1 is Mahito, which kind of sucks because he's like the most newest character, so it means we're gonna have to wait a while longer for him. Second most valuable character is Todo, and then Itadori and Sukuna are kind of like placed on like last place for like least valuable character, which is kind of sad because they're both kind of cool. But yeah, basically Mahito's the number 1 pickup. Second would be Todo. So when this does come out, I'll be sure to make a video going breaking them all down and all that. But I would just say, you know, be careful with your cubes and just save like crazy, because we're in like the big anniversary, like 4 to 5 units very, very soon. Within the next 3 to 4 weeks. Basically, the last week or 2 of December, we should be seeing anniversary content, I'd imagine. But with that being said, though, hope this video guys helps you guys out, and yeah, I'm gonna see y'all later. Peace and take care, everybody.